Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Random Chatter. This is our lightning round. It's been a long time since we've done a lightning round. And, I've been compiling things for weeks and weeks and weeks and just never got around to actually doing any of it because a lot of it was, this thing's been delayed for the 17th time and a lot of boring, nonsensical stuff. So we kind of wiped the slate clean last week. This week, there's not a lot of stuff. We picked a really bad week to wipe the slate clean, I think. Oops. But we do have a few things, and some of them probably a little discussion worthy than others. So I'm going to save those for the end. So first off, Discovery Plus, the streaming service, is making a documentary of the GameStop Reddit stock debacle. The main benefit of this that I can think of is that a lot of people just didn't understand it. So maybe this would be educational and help people understand what happened, how it happened, what it means, what it doesn't mean. Because it kind of got complicated pretty fast. So there's that. So Lou, the good news. It's going to Broadway, and it's not going to be a theatrical film like Hamilton or, other musical adaptations that, in the Heights. So Robin can't make us watch this for movie chatter.
Thank God.
Game of Thrones is coming to Broadway with a prequel. Yes.
Stunned silence.
Stunned silence indeed. And this is separate from the prequel series. It's going to HBO Max. So I don't know if they're going to be related or if it's going to be, I know there were different prequel projects at different times, but I don't know. I guess it's a Broadway. If you're going to Broadway, go watch the Blue Man Group. Don't go see Game of Thrones. I mean, come on. Jeez. Or go see Freestyle Love Supreme. Even better. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, speaking of kind of that style of thing, Amazon had, they were trying to get into gaming, and they had a Lord of the Rings MMORPG that they were going to be releasing. So an MMO kind of like World of Warcraft, and it's been a long time since we've had a new MMO. And Lord of the Rings, I mean, this is like a franchise everybody recognizes, people are going to jump into. There was a lot of hype about it. Whole thing canceled because of a contract dispute. Not the pandemic, not technical hurdles, nothing like that. Contract dispute. So that sucks. We're still no closer to having any sort of new MMO. So kind of sad. If you guys watch Bridgerton,
I've not.
On Netflix,
No.
It's like crazy popular right now. It seems to be like the new Downton Abbey or something. I don't know. I kind of get a vibe. It's like Twilight, but like in like old times or something. I don't know. Anyway, season 2 hasn't started yet. Season 3 and 4 have already been picked up. So we're going to have to continue hearing about it. For a long time. Invincible on Amazon Prime, I mentioned this in our last episode, is renewed for a second and third season. So I'm pretty excited about that. And now we get to the other two big ones. HBO Max, starting pretty soon, I think like in a week or two, maybe even this week, is going to an ad-supported tier option for $9.99 a month. So you've got is it $14.99 or $15.99? I don't know. I just keep thinking $15 for the regular version.
I think it's 15 bucks, yeah.
So 15 for the regular version, 10 for ads. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like if it's going to be ad supported, depending on how intrusive the ads are, I'm thinking like $7 or $8. Because if I'm willing to pay 10 and get the ads, I'm probably willing to pay the extra $5 to get rid of the ads. And in which case, this whole thing was never a benefit.
Yeah. But, we've already said that, while it's expensive compared to other streaming services, it's also what HBO has cost on cable for years.
But a lot of people have stopped watching HBO on cable now. because you don't need it
I
anymore.
know, but yeah, somebody who is used to that is just
well, you're old.
You know.
Sorry, I almost got through a whole evening. I tried.
Night. I know.
No, I'm with you though, and I subscribed to HBO for a couple of years. I dropped it probably not even a year before HBO Max came out. And I dropped it around the time I stopped just watching cable TV at all. My cable box hasn't been turned on in like 4 months. I don't know. I guess I only watch HBO for the original content and not for movies, because a lot of the movies I've got most of the back catalog on DVD or on iTunes or wherever, or it's streaming somewhere else. So I get that they have a big back catalog, but $15 just seems a lot. But I mean, so $9.99 though. Let's look at this, Lou. You're used to paying $15. Yeah. Would you go and save $5 and put ads in?
Probably not.
Okay.
It depends on how they do the ads.
That's fair.
They're, every 20 minutes, I'd probably say no. If it's a few at the beginning or whatever, okay, fine. I might consider that, but I personally don't think it's worth my time to, sit through ads just to save $5.
I guess if it's for movies, or if it's at the beginning of an hour-long TV show and they pre-roll all the ads, that's fine. I'll start it up. I'll go get a, Coke and some chips and come back and sit down. If they're going to interrupt movies, no, not at all. Like, totally unacceptable. The other shows, I mean, a lot of their shows, they don't have ad breaks built into the storytelling. If you talk to TV show writers, they block out, you have act 1, act 2, act 3 in a traditional book or a movie or something. Television writing, you've got different acts blocked out for commercial breaks. And if you look at the HBO original content and the Netflix original content and the Disney Plus original content, they don't block out for commercials in those stories. They don't have those story beats that are broken up every X number of minutes. They don't do it. So how are you going to put them in the middle of things?
I mean, they do it on Hulu. And it just happens. I mean, they have some means of doing it, of figuring out like, oh, here's the end of a scene. Boom. We're going to put in, 60 seconds.
Yeah.
In 60 seconds, they'll run 2 ads or something. It's a little jarring because you definitely don't expect it. But all in all, I mean, I don't mind it that much. I mean, we all grew up watching network television and there's commercials. Granted, now I, usually DVR stuff so we can fast forward through all the commercials. With that, you can, but it's also only 60 seconds. I may consider this with HBO just because it is. I mean, we've talked about this before. I mean, I'm even at the point where I may, drop HBO Max for a few months, and then when something new that I really, really want to see comes out, then I'll resubscribe and. Then we'll watch whatever we want to on there for a few months, and then we'll drop it again. So this might get me to sustain, maybe. Don't know.
Yeah, I think your question, Lou, about how are they going to handle the ads is going to be a big factor in that. I don't know. I might drop down to the ad-supported. If they pre-roll the ads, I'm okay with that. If they're breaking it up in the middle, it's really going to depend on what content they do it and how they handle it and how often, and are they running, am I watching the same ad 17 times? On Peacock, I've had ad breaks where I'm watching 6 ads and I literally have seen the same ad 3 times within one commercial break. And then,
annoying.
Every commercial break through that show. And I just want to scream. Like, it makes me want to boycott that product. Like, it makes me angry at the product, which is the complete antithesis of what the advertiser wants.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see. The other one is, I don't know, it's not quite a what were they thinking. I did have a really good what were they thinking. A lady who apparently is being sued and lost her job over a warrant for her arrest from a VHS tape for something. It was really bad too. I forget what it was that wasn't returned from like 1989 or something.
And it was actually her roommate or something that had used her account to rent it.
Yeah. And it cost her her job. Yeah. Like it's
wow.
Like it's funny, except it's not at all funny for that person because like, you know, their life is messed up, but.
Oh yeah. Cause she now has like a misdemeanor theft on her record.
And is unemployed.
Which is absolutely, yeah. I mean, and that's just absolutely ridiculous for this to get pursued. I mean, how many, not years, decades after a video store has closed, and some collection agency is still like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Come on.
The last manufacturer of VHS players stopped manufacturing them like 3 or 4 years ago. There was one company still making some, almost as like novelty gifts, and even they don't anymore. And yet, yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The other story we have, Alec Baldwin and Kelsey Grammer are greenlit for a straight-to-series sitcom for ABC. And you guys know what straight-to-series means, right? You normally, you write up a pilot episode, you get people to act in the pilot episode, and then the executives at the network watch all the different pilots, and they go through like test screenings for audiences and stuff too. And then they decide which shows they're going to pick up and which aren't. Well, this is straight to series, so this is an automatic pickup. So they filmed the pilot. It was so bad, the executive said, yeah, no, we're done.
That's rough.
Wow.
Now,
that's rough.
Keep in mind, when you go straight to series, you bought the series. The money's been allocated and spent and committed. And some of that might get recouped a little bit somehow, but the contracts and stuff, because those actors have to turn down other jobs in order to commit to this one. So they're locked in.
And they usually get paid like something up front, a certain percentage of it up front before.
And some get paid per episode, but it's like they're contracted for X number of episodes. So even if they don't do that number of episodes, like if it's not shot, depending on the particular actors and how the contracts are set up, they can still get paid for each of those episodes. Plus, if there were any writers that were already hired to write scripts or whatever, the whole thing just like burning money.
That's crazy.
Must have been really, really bad.
Apparently it was about, they were college roommates or something. And then they grew up and now they're old and they decided to become roommates again.
Okay. Which, I mean, has potential. It's tropey, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many roommate sitcoms we really need. And Kelsey Grammer, maybe,
kind of, been there, done
Alec
that.
Baldwin, I don't want to see him in that. I mean, I don't really want to see him anyway, but yeah. So
I mean, he's a good actor. He does some good comedy stuff, but yeah.
He's a jerk, but he's a good actor. He is. Anyway, that's all I got. You guys have anything else you've heard about recently? Anything else you want to talk about? This is like one of the shortest episodes we've ever done. 14 minutes.
Yeah. Wow. That's not like
and that's okay, because I'm sure we'll have more stuff to talk about in the upcoming week. But anything else before we sign off?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, that's going to do it then for this episode of Random Chatter. We're going to be back Tuesday night with Movie Chatter. And what are we covering? The Hitman's Bodyguard, right?
That's right. Yep. I had to think for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then I've got a list of other things
Looking
here
forward to talk about that.
for Movie Chatter. Yeah, let me cross Borat off the list because there's no way I'm going to convince Robin to watch Borat.
Or me.
Someone suggested we covered Jack Reacher. I've never seen any of the Jack Reacher movies.
I have not either, but
it's
I'd be
Are they
willing to
good?
watch. Yeah.
they're very good. Highly
Okay.
recommend.
All right, so we'll leave that on the list.
Okay.
We talked about Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I think I've seen that, but I'd watch it again. Yeah.
And then I've been wanting to cover Ex Machina for like a year and a half now.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll watch that again.
Maybe we can talk Robin into that one. So we'll leave that one on the list. Either way, we're going to be covering The Hitman's Bodyguard this Tuesday. The sequel's coming out. The trailer's already been released. So check that out if you're not familiar with it. Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson. I was surprised at how much I like that movie. So we're going to be covering that 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is GMT minus 4 because of daylight savings time.
I think so. Yep. I
And
think so.
then otherwise, we will be back next Sunday. Don't forget, this week, May the 4th, check out all the Star Wars stuff going on. And that's it. RandomChatter.com for all your podcast needs. Hit the subscribe and like button below if you're watching us here on Random Chatter. And we will be back next week. Until then.